Good morning, everyone. Sorry I was a minute late. I did not time my bathroom breaks correctly, and I did not want to leave instantly after starting the stream. So I decided I would get it done with beforehand. Thank you all for being here bright and early. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up now. You won't have to worry about to the other times when I say it, or ask it, or pop up the pop up. However you want to look at it. Anyway, hope you all are doing good this morning, getting a good start to your day. Morning be shady. Ed, TC, Nick, Bill, Tommy, Michael, and Pete, I believe. Morning, gentlemen. Hope all 8 of you are doing well. And anyone else who's watching from a TV or lurking in the background. Seems like we've always got some lurkers. My name seems to pop up places I never would expect it, but oh well. Just helping the viewage. So, last night, or yesterday, I didn't do much carrying of knives last night. I had this in my pocket. Well, this one was laying close to me wherever I was, and this one was in my pocket. I didn't walk around with this one. I walked around with this one. And I still think it is one of the best budget clone knives I've gotten recently. Let me put this other light up. I apologize. What in the heck? Got it backwards. Ugh. Still backwards. Oh, you got to point the light towards the mat, Chip. All right, let me click on that light. Help out the situation a little bit. But yes, and I ran across an article after I've been talking about that one the last couple of days. Yesterday on Reddit, a guy popped up talking about how great he thought it was. And I thought that was ironic. I was like, well, I guess my thoughts about it are not the only thoughts about it. Let me see if I can find that post. Let's see. I do not see it. Oh, there's somebody that took apart the new Shiro one. Let me show y'all. Get the yeah, somebody took apart that Shiro I was talking about. Yep, and there's the action on it. Same one. Yeah, here it is. So he says right here, absolutely the best clone action I've experienced. The lock bar had the same ease of manipulation that you feel with the Kaiser Milital or premium Bestech build, but locks up rock solid. No play, lash, or wiggle anywhere. It's just amazing, phenomenal detent as well. So, yeah, he said the same exact thing. Actually, look at his video. You can see the great action it's got. Like, it really does have superb action. There is another person who loves that knife. Links are in the Discord if you want one. Let's see. So I did not feel good at all yesterday. Just kind of felt lousy all day. So I didn't get too much done. And part of the not getting done that I waited too late for was I can't find my leather sewing kit. I don't know that I would have made it all the way to that point today anyway. Possible I could have, but anyway, and I've also changed the idea of what I want to do with the sheath for the fixed blade. I want to start out with one that's a little easier to make and might save me on some leather and make me be able to make 2 sheaths out of this one piece of leather. Possibly not, but we'll see. But yeah, so I watched another video of a guy making a sheath, and I think I want to try that one instead. But yeah, I still don't feel the greatest. So I wasn't really sure if I was even going to do this today. I still might not get much done today, but we will get some done today. So, but I did have a few other things I wanted to look at before that. John, I never ordered those files. So no, I didn't, but I used files, and the files skate off of it like a regular file does. By the way, beautiful knife, Christmas knife there this morning, Mr. Nick. Yeah, very nice knife there, Mr. Nick. So that website that I've shown y'all before, the My Vipon, actually paid off this morning. They have quite a few folding knives, one of which is my $8 knife of the day. It is this 3.3 inch D2 steel folding knife. I will share the links to this My Vipon on the links channel. But if any of you want the $8 knife, there it is. Here's the actual listing for the knife. So right now it's on a Black Friday deal for $13.71, but with the code that you get on that site, you can get it for $8. So who doesn't need another $8 knife you can give to a friend? Oh, thank you, Nick. I'm sure I'll get to feeling better, but yeah, I just don't feel great. Well, I got to get some coffee in me first so I don't continue to have a headache from not having caffeine all night. I usually drink 6 to 8 cups of coffee throughout the night. And the nights that I'm off, I don't do that. I put the link up there. So the My Vipon site is a Amazon promo code site. So right here, it gives you a promo code to use, and then it takes you over to the place where you can use that promo code to get 50% off or whatever it is. So they had a few more today. Let me show you what else they have. This is my deal of the day, probably. And this is a 3.5 inch Swedish 14C 28N blade G10 with crossbar lock. And it is 50% off, so it is normally $43. you can apply this $25 coupon right here and then add that code and it brings it down to 21 bucks. So that looks like a copy of the Revel. Almost. Looks like a crossbar copy of the Revel. Oh, John, yeah, it was a lot more than coffee yesterday. And I've had enough coffee this morning that, yeah, it's just, it's not more, I don't really have a headache, it's just overall don't feel good. I slept a bunch yesterday. That's probably why I didn't get a bunch done, but anyway. Then a third one, if y'all have not seen this knife, it is the Hytron Spectron, and it's supposedly real M390 blade steel, according to, I believe, Lefty. Lefty did some tests on it. I think it was Lefty. It might have been Stasa. I don't remember who did tests. Somebody did test on the M390, and it's supposedly real, but for 26 bucks, you cannot beat this knife. Probably this would have to be the value of the day, although I just can't stand that tan and black combo. Or khaki and black, whatever they call it. John, no, I'm alright. I'm doing okay so far. The more I get a little bit movement in me, the better I feel this morning. But yeah, I'm not going to let the stream overpower me. If I don't feel like doing much on the stream, I won't do much on the stream. Ugh, I'm not pushed to do anything. I just come here to talk about knives, and it is what it is. Sometimes we get a bunch of people watching, sometimes we get hardly any. But I'm just here to talk knives to whoever wants to get up and talk knives in the morning. Yeah, we did look at it, Michael. Definitely. We've looked at it a couple of times. I don't know anybody who's actually bought one, but I'm sure somebody here has one. So let me show y'all the switch from which sheath I was going to do to which sheath I want to do. So I went back and I watched the guy. I also couldn't find my silly graph paper. That made me angry because I couldn't draw out the one. I mean, I think I could freehand it, but where are my bookmarks? Well, oh, I got it. This month, sheath. Alright. Making your own leather sheath. Alright, right here. So here's the one I was gonna make. Or attempt to make. And it's that one that the guy, and he shows how to make a template and everything. Wait, is this the right one? No. Yeah, this is the right one.
I'm going to be attempting to use this punch to punch a nice radius in that section of the.
So he shows how to draw it out on graph paper and everything.
The distance between the center line.
And it turns out to be the one that has the.
This is the first time I put the knife in the sheath. It has a nice fit. It's not too tight that you have to.
So that's the sheath that he made.
Hold on the knife overall.
He did a bunch of that patterning, but as you can see, the loop wraps around from the top, and it lets it to swing a little bit, and that's kind of what I prefer. But I think for being my first sheath and wanting to conserve leather, I think I want to put the strap on the back of it like this. So this guy makes a real simple pattern, and he makes the welt. I finally remembered what that thing's called, but he makes the welt. He makes sure the welt fits against the blade good.
We've got a line right here down the center of the sheath.
And then he takes and lays the knife in there.
So
the knife looks a lot like mine too.
And then you lay it over, kind of angled. That should give you the extra material that you need. Plus we're going to do a little wet forming. So it's not too big of a deal here. Alright, so there's that right there. So that's going to go just like that. Perfect. Okay. Phase 1 is complete.
So basically he does that first. So what I have done is I've taken this knife and I've laid it in here and I've left that size of a gap that I need around the outside, and I've folded it over and I've given myself a little bit of extra, and I've drawn a line across there, as y'all can see. So I'm going to start with that. Then we're going to take and put the same size gap around the blade, and that'll give us our front point. All right. And so yeah, I've seen a bunch of knife templates. If you're talking about blades, yeah, I found a bunch when I was making all these. But thank you. I'll go check that site out. It might have been where I got some of these. I think it was actually. But yeah, I got a lot of these from the template place. So I've got a cutting mat that I saved from the landfill at one point. Someone was getting a new one, and I saw it, and they told me to throw this one away, and I was like, no, I'm not throwing it away. So now I'm glad I didn't, because I can use it to cut leather on. So I got the big cutting mat, and I got the leather, and I wanted to see how hard it would be to use that. Now I don't know the proper names for the tools yet. Oh, it's all good, TC. Somebody responded you, so said something in the chat about it, so I had to go look at it, so I might as well address it. It's really thick leather. It's like 6 millimeter. Is it 6 millimeters? I think it's 6 millimeters thick. It's 4 millimeters. It's 4 millimeter leather. All right, so we're going to attempt to cut it with our leather cutter. That guy in one of those videos talked about how he had just made his own, and I guess that was after using one for a little while that he had bought. He learned what he liked and didn't like. So I have no clue the safe and proper way to use this thing. So I'm just going to try to wing it here. And try to hold this down enough that I can. You're not supposed to cut towards yourself, I know, but. Oh wow, that actually worked. And it probably cut it the first time. I kind of feel like I didn't do anything the second time. So that worked. Yep, no complaints there. Never done anything like this, so we're learning together. Now that I see that this is the bigger piece, I wasn't really paying attention. I want to see if I can actually use the smaller piece, because I believe I can. I just need a gap of about... Alright, I need the knife to sit about down at the end down here. I need about the same gap. let me get in the middle past the words here. So I need about the same gap at the end as I have all the way around the blade. So if you come all the way up and I need to slide it down, I'm going to have to shorten it just a little bit. But I need the same gap all the way around this edge here for the welt. I said I remembered the name and then I almost forgot the name. So I need the welt. So the welt has to fit in there. So in theory, I need it to be about right there. And then I need to roll this over. And I only need it to be about that much leather. And when it's in there, I'll have about that much of the handle sticking out. I'll have the welt in there and it'll curve down towards the front. Actually, yeah, whatever. You see what I'm talking about? It'll curve. It'll curve. All right. So I can use this piece. So I can save my bigger piece. Now, I'm wondering, I've got to make the welt piece. And I've definitely got too much leather here. I need to cut off. I think I want about, I'm trying to see how much of the handle I want sticking out of the sheath. So let me get a good look here and see how much would y'all want sticking out to grab hold of? I think as long as I could get that right there on it, I would be comfortable. So maybe even with the screw, let's call it even with the screw there. I don't know if you all can see that, but there's a little bit of the screw sticking out there. So right there, just where the screw hides is where I want it to end up. Then I can just pull it out. Some of them fit deeper into sheaths and some of them stick out more. Like some people put them like here, and I don't want a sheath that little. I want one of the deep ones, just like he showed. Like, let's go back and look at his, see what he's doing. So right here, let's see. When he lays his in,
for meat.
I'm doing a strap just like this, Nick. Just going to be on the outside.
Much bigger than the knife.
But hold on, let me see.
And then this is
leather die.
Get up here, sheath. Nice. Foolproof ways to sharpen a home for the knife to live in. We can go ahead and sharpen this. Perfect. We've now made the sheath for our knife, and it fits. It's got a great home to live in. It's a wonderful package. Nice.
There you go. So see, he's got a lot of it buried. But he does have a good little bit sticking out. I might go right on this side of the screw. I can't figure out exactly where I want to, and it's for me and it's going to be comfortable. It doesn't matter. Do it for whatever you like, but I think I might do it right there on that side of the screw instead of the other side of the screw, and that would turn out. The reason I'm trying to figure this out is because I need to find how much I need to cut off. And actually, I don't need to cut off very much. I need to find something to use as a guide about the width of what I could cut a piece of paper or something. Let me see. I need something to use as a guide for about as wide as I want the sewed area around it. That's about this width. It's about this width is what I want around the edge here. So when I put it up here, I want it at about that location with about that much. I want the screw sticking out about right there. Then I want about that much at the top, which I can't see where I'm at. All right, about right there. So I need to cut off about the same amount. All right. I see how much I need to cut off. About that much right there. I got to refit, you know, I'm leaving a lot of extra so that I can finish the edges on the belt sander. Let me try this thing again. See, it feels dangerous, but it seems to work great. I'm probably pressing way too hard, but it's making super good. And maybe I can use this for my belt loop. Heck, I probably could, but I think I want one a little bigger, and I don't mind using some of this other leather. All right, so I want about the same edge at the top up there. Yep. And the side over here, about like that. Then I want to lay the knife over. And I want to give it a little extra in the blade area there until I make the welt. And then I need about the same amount past the blade and up by the handle. So I need to do that same cut again, basically, across one of these sides. I'm going to kind of eyeball it. I can kind of tell how much I need to take off and what's straight. And please don't, the shadows might make things look crooked, but I swear to y'all, I've got a very good eye for how to make straight lines. But according to how the angles of the light are hitting this clear ruler, anyway, it's straight enough for what I'm needing to do right now. Wow, that thing's pretty deadly. All right, so now I need to find my center line, basically, which I need to, I guess, since there's going to be a pretty good curve in that side of the, not going to be completely closed, but let me get this kind of pressed to where I can see where the center is. I just need a point of reference. But since this leather is so thick, yeah, I want to be able to see where that middle, and duh, Chip, why don't you just take the ruler that's on the table and figure out where the middle is? We got 13 centimeters, so 6.5 centimeters. I amaze myself sometimes at how slow I am, and other times how brilliant I am. I guess we all do that. So, right out here. See how good I did. It's pretty good from end to end, too. Wow. Try that 13 at both ends. I didn't do too bad, I guess, on the guessing. All right. There's our middle line. All right. Now, I need to take the blade and lay it back where it's going to go in the knife, about right there. And I need to make a I'm going to try to maybe do this freehand, because like I said, I've got to go back and sand later anyway. So I think I'm going to try to just freehand this in. Make sure I'm lined up where I want to be. And giving a little bit of, all right, blade in there, handle. Oh yeah, I want the blade to lay in the crease. And the handle's going to kind of double over, so it needs to go about right there. Yes, all right, the handle needs to stick out that much. Right there. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to look from above and give myself a pretty good little, I'm going to try to follow the same distance away. And like I said, I'm going to have to sand some of this. But I'm going to carefully kind of go like that. Now, this is when the graph paper would come in handy because I could flip this pattern. And I'm going to try to, I will be able to tell once I'm cutting it or have cut it how bad off it is. That's about the same place. Wait, a little bit up there. That's good. All right. I'm going to try to do the same thing around the edge of this way. And I should be able to kind of tell if they're hitting on the sides of the thing. All right. I guess, well, I can measure off of my center line here. 1.16 centimeters. All right, so this line needs to come a little bit this way. All right, so they're both the same off the middle there. And then this one goes off the leather at about 60 millimeters. So I want this one going off the leather right here. So I want to make this curve a little less gradual. About like that. Alright. So there's what we got. I know I need to gradually go up here and stay on the outside of this one. This one is pretty good. And that will give us... Alright. I think I might need to bring these in closer together in the middle. Because when I looked at his... I think I do. Let's go back and look at his template for a minute when he was laying his out. But I want to show y'all where he laid it here. Or how the tip looks.
Nice sheath, and that's what we're looking for. Okay. Now,
he's also got a curve in the top that I haven't done yet.
Use that V-gouge tool that I was talking about earlier, and you can run a V-gouge up through here, which thins out the back and makes it fold over a little easier. If you don't have one of those, that's fine. You don't have to have one. There's always a way around.
His definitely comes to a much sharper point, so I need to I need to fix that. Let's get an overview of that piece.
Let's check this out.
Yeah, there we go. So you can see his meet together. So I need to totally redo my line, which is perfectly fine. But I still need to follow the lines of the blade. So I need to push the blade up. No. I need to pull the blade back a little bit. Alright. I see what I need to do. I need to kind of keep the same size gap around it. But I need it to meet closer to the middle. I don't even see my middle anymore, so I'm going to use the dark. And I can get rid of all this. Plus, it'll be on the inside of the sheath. I need to pull back here where I can meet up here closer. More like that. All right. Then I need to start at the same point, which is six millimeters. About right there. Lay this one over here. I need to come from like somewhere around there. All right, and then around here. All right. That's more where I need to be. So now I don't know how to cut freehand those curves. I guess with this little, if I do good, I can use the piece I cut off to lay on the other side and follow. But that's if I do good. I need to figure out where the best cutting geometry is. I need to get it close to me here. Wow, I didn't press quite hard enough, but I did do good. All right. So that's pretty good curve along my line. I should be able to lay this one over here. And my line matches up pretty good, but aha, but I needed to curve a little more in here. All right. I'm not going to try to use this to hold against, but I am going to lay it up there just to kind of give me a guide. Uh-oh. Oh, good. I went too wide. Better to go wide than narrow. Wow. I don't know how to cut with this thing. I don't like it. I almost want to use a razor blade instead. Come on now. And luckily I've got to sand all this outside edge, so it really doesn't matter. But yeah, this knife is not doing it. Alright. And like I said, I cut a little bit wide right out here, so I can come back and trim off some of that. Come on. Yeah, I don't know about this thing. I need to rock it. There you go. All right. So we have the basic shape. And hopefully, when I go down, and like I said, we're going to have to sand and round. I still got to round some of this off too, up here at the top where he did that little cutout. Let's see what I got here as far as gap around it. Let me hold it where I got it, kind of center it, then roll it over. And that's how big I need my welt. So I've got to use a piece at least this wide because it's got a welt all the way, and I probably need it to slide up to here. Probably need the welt like right there. And my welt will actually, all that outside will get rounded off, and it should be the same shape as the blade when I get done. And it looks like I've got some extra that I can fix the front of it too. This one is going to be sitting more like that. I need a welt here. Cutting it a little bit closer with the welt size than I wanted, but it's my first sheath, so it is what it is. I think I need to make the welt on this side because I've got a little more room. If it fits over here, it'll definitely fit over here. So, clean up my little shreds. I need to learn how to rock this knife. That's why it's shaped like that. Duh, you're supposed to roll it. So, I need to practice on my rolling technique. You live and you learn. That's what we're here for. All right. And you can sand this on a belt sander and shape it up however you want. You can actually use just a razor blade too to reshape it a little. But he put some curves back here at the back so that this back was had a little curve to it. But let's see. Now I need to draw the shape of my welt. So I need it to sit down there, and then it's going to lay down here. So I need this inside line for my welt. This line right here. This is the important line. And this marker does not want to ride on this leather. All right, so there's the important line. So my welt needs to follow that. And let me get this back part. So the handle is going to be coming out right here. So I need that line to connect kind of right there to right here. About like that. And I'm going to go up here a little more just to give myself room to slide in and out and make sure that I don't trap myself, make it too little. So I'm going to go to that top side of that line. So now you can see that my welt piece needs to follow, and I just want to fix this because it'll look better if I do. Man, this thing is not easy to use. I'm going to have to do some practice with it with some of these little pieces. I'm just shredding whatever I try to. All right, that looks a little better. I still need to bring it because I'm going to this outside line here. That's better for a welt piece. I'm gonna sand. It's only gonna be. It's gonna be as thin as I can make it, but I'll have to sand off that outside edge anyway. But now I need a piece of leather that is at least that wide to make the proper welt. I'm just gonna have to say that this piece of leather was bought for this sheath. I was trying to get 2 out of it, but I'm not gonna be able to, so I'm gonna mark this one. Let's see. Go up here. And out here. Yep. I was trying to keep it straight, so. Yep. About right there. Alright, so. Now I need my ruler again. See how far off. Right at 65. So right at 65. And then across here to here. And I'm just going to leave that laying there and try to cut it. I liked the first technique better. All right. As long as you get a good pressure, I guess. Now, I need to make this out of paper. This paper would be much easier to use than leather. So, if I should have drawn it on paper. Dang it, there's no real good easy way. If I could see the line through there, maybe I can darken it up here. Let me try this other marker. That marker's kind of had it. Don't keep your Sharpies forever, guys. Alright. I think it's this overhead light that's got me where I can't see that line through there. But I should be able to see that line through this paper. If I had something thinner, I could definitely see it. Ah! What a headache. Because I know that's good. I don't want to have to redo it. Yeah, the knife is going to fit up in there great. I know that's good. Let me see what y'all's suggestions are. Alright, yeah, I'm going to take a break for a second, smoke a cigarette, figure out how to finish this up. What are we looking at? Cliff. Okay, I'll try to pick up on how to use that wax paper. Good call. I probably got some of that in the kitchen. Let me go see if I got a piece. I'll be right back. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. Alright, so I don't actually have wax paper, which is actually more see-through, but I do have parchment paper. And I can see the line through it, so it will work. Alright. So what is this? I have not seen this knife, but I like it. I even like the billboarding, which is very rare, because I normally don't. But that one looks enough like steampunkish kind of look that I don't mind it. It's expensive, huh? Not for you though. That's about your cheapest knife. That's not really black. That's acid washed. It's dark. That one's just got a good tan. That one is it's exotic. That's what you would call it. Yeah, Jack Daniels. There you go. Oh, Pete, that's probably your favorite knife in the world now. Pete might sell all his other knives to get that one. I wish it wasn't. I like the texture on the handles, but I don't necessarily like. No, I like the pattern and everything. I like that knife a lot. Dang, how big is it? Okay, we got to find this knife somewhere other than Blade Binge. Archive. Looking for the Havoc, right? Oh, duh. Get a bunch of them. Okay. Man, what about that fixed blade there, Pete? Sheep's Foot Wasp. Alright, we got some searching to do. Number 7 knife. Sheep's Foot. Wasp? Wasp? Was it the Wasp? Oh my goodness. Sorry. Sheep's Foot Wasp. Alright, there's the Wasp. I'm just going to throw this link in the chat for now. There's the Wasp. Now we need the Havoc. Yep, I don't think. Wasp, Hostile, Ridgeline. It's a definite older knife. Here's their Facebook post on it, maybe. Oh, there's one of their original billboardings. What do y'all think of the 7 out on the end? That's pretty cool seeing that they, that's a Havoc. See what else we got here. Yeah, I'm not seeing that Havoc. Number 7 knife, Sheep's Foot Havoc. eBay. Looks like that's been a search term people have used, so Well, that's probably a good find then on the Blade Binge. And we might just want to stick with that link. Yeah, that might be the best. Who is this? Is this something else I missed, Robin? What was the other one? Dang it. My mouse is acting crazy. Here it is. I'm going to bookmark that one because even though their search will go away, you'll still be able to get back to it. And then this is a new knife guy. All right, we'll come back to that in just a second after I do a little bit more on this. So why does my screen look so dark all of a sudden? Wow, that's crazy. Does it look like that the whole time? I guess it has, huh? Why was it so? That's wild. I don't know what happened with the brightness on the screen there. All right. So I found some parchment paper, and you can see the line through there. All right. I've got a regular pen over here. I'll get better with that knife the more I use it. Okay, the pen doesn't want to write on the parchment paper. Wow, it's hard to see. Let me turn off this light for a second. Actually, that doesn't help any better. Might help worse. Y'all can probably see it good from the bird's eye view. Oh my goodness. I'll make sure to round it off better when I'm cutting it. All right. In all theory, that should work pretty good if I can cut the when I cut it out, I know I drew that line kind of crazy, but as I cut it with the scissors, I will make sure to put a better curve on it. All right, so let me see what I got here. All right. I still can't remember this thing's welt. I got to think about getting the thing you get when you get beat with a belt. I got to think of the word belt, leather belt, and welt. All right, there I got my inside line cut pretty good. That's really the only one I need as far as I can lay it on the leather properly, but as long as this welt is, this stuff's thin too. All right, so let's see how this fits on here to begin with. See if I need to adjust it. That actually looks really good. All right, I'm happy with that for my first knife. And I'm going to try to save myself as much cutting as possible by laying this right on the edge as long as I can. Now I should tape this down or something, but I'm ready to get this done, so. Remember, we want a little extra than not enough. All right, that was the easy one. Wish I could cut this with scissors. We're getting there. All right. That's kind of what we got going on right now. Man, I just wish I could get that curve good. That silly knife. I'm going to try to do better holding it this time. Whoops. See what y'all think. I've got some, my scissors in the kitchen would cut leather. I don't know, just don't know if they would cut this 4mm leather. Those Fiskars that I cut with, I mean, those, whatchamacallit, Cutco that I cut the penny in half with would cut these easy too. Let me see something here. I mean, where's those scraps? What did I do with those little scrap pieces? Did I throw those away? Yes. I could definitely use these to practice a couple of cuts on. Let me see what I got here with the knife. If I hold it in my palm, but then how do I hold it in my palm and get the blade down? That's the hard part. That's what this is one of those industrial thick cutting boards. It's a rotary mat for material and all kinds of stuff. That's what's under here. I don't know if that's what you were talking about. I can't get as precise when I hold it in my palm as I can like this, it feels like. Why am I even using this thing instead of like grabbing this thing or grabbing this thing right here that I said I love and using it? Reverse grip. Oh, like you push. Oh, like this. I gotcha. Maybe. Like this. And cut away and rotate it as you cut, maybe. Like that. I don't feel confident like that. Let me see what this X-Acto does to this leather. Ooh. Yeah. This leather is thick. Let me try again here. Let me see if once I get in the leather. Okay, once I got in the leather, it was okay. I don't know, guys. I've got some extra leather if we mess up. And this outside edge, I get to clean up. Okay, that was not bad till I got right here, but this was just something I was trying to clean up anyway. Alright, that actually works pretty good. That wasn't as bad as I thought. So, wanted to cut this off. Just like that. Alright, now I've got to go about right here. Can't see that part, so I'm going to start right here where I can see. All right. Well, we've got something cut. And we've got some extra for sure. But we're following that line pretty good. Now, he took his knife and he held the knife up in there to see if it fit good. If the blade laid against the... And I actually need to pull it back a little bit there. Hold on. The handle. Okay, it needs to lay that way. I need to cut up. I need to make that little line a little better. Let's see here. Right there. That's perfect up here at the front. All right. I need to take a little bit out of this curve very carefully. Starting about right here. This is about where I need to start sanding. All right, see if that fits a little better against the blade. A little better except for the very tip, and the tip's going to be the point that hits. So yeah, I've got a little bit of a gap there at the tip, but this is my first sheath. The rest of that follows it pretty good. The handle is going to be laying right against it there. Actually, I need to pull it in a little. See what we got here. About right there. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. Let me fold it over. Let me try to fold it over and see if it all fits. Yeah. It's going to fit. To make sure the blade is locked in against the... Alright. We're getting there. I'm not going to do too much more on today's video. I've got a lot sticking out at the front up here. I'm going to cut some of this off. Oops, whoops. Let me get this laid on there where it's kind of going to go. This front I got a lot for some reason. I don't know why I did that. Huh. I'd rather have extra than not enough, so we're good. Oh, there we go. That's where I had it laying, so I didn't have much extra. Y'all can't even see because of the shadows, but there's the extra I had. All right. So now we got to glue this in. Right about there. Now this will slide in and land right about there, which looks pretty good. It'll actually land about right there. I might need to take a little bit more off the inside of this. I don't know. I'm at a good place where we did enough with this sheath today that I feel like we did fixed blade Thursday. I learned a little bit of technique about this, about going like this, and I need to get confident drawing my lines like this, or whatever, however you're supposed to, because that does work very well once you learn the technique. So the welt, a little oversized and might need to have the inside trimmed out a little bit. I need to just lay this against the blade until it fits up perfectly with the blade and not worry about the inside of the sheath, because the sheath can be sanded around. But I need to lay this. So hard to get it all lined up perfectly. Let's see. Yeah. I need that. I need that. I need a better Sharpie that would draw that line right there without moving the knife. All right. That will make, if I can get that drawn in there, that will make it fit a lot better. I'm sure y'all can see that. But if I can get that exact curve drawn in there somehow, or cut in there with scissors, I laid this right on top of it, lined up right there, and it should lock right in there nicely. All right. Let's see. Have y'all given any more links and stuff to look at? Oh yeah, we were gonna go look at this guy. So who is this again? RD Blades. It looks like a very comfortable big boy knife. Beautiful too. Just not my style. See if we got any plain ones. That one's got a heck of an edge on it. That's awesome. That's how I need to make my first prototype, just like that. 2 blocks of titanium, 2 slabs of titanium, a slab of steel, stop pins, some body screws. Get it made. And a liner. Very cool. Love seeing his first. Yeah, that's cool. Who is this guy? And did somebody buy? Oh, you bought one? Which one did you get? You know, it's always fun to turn nothing into something. Oh yeah, this is, yeah, the Waddy, that's one of the one Knives Are Life was looking out for. Or that's the one he wanted to get. I don't know if he has one yet. Haven't talked to him in a minute. I need to reach out to him and see how he's doing. Yeah, he was looking forward to that one. He loves his quiet carry and his TRMs. But it's pretty cool to like turn something into nothing and see what, wow, you bought that one? Dang you, man. Why didn't you just show me that one? Like you knew that was what I was looking for. Compound ground blade. Solid plain Jane. Frame lock. How much was that one? Never mind, I'm going to message him. But I wanted to go back real quick. Yeah, he's keeping stuff from me, ain't he, Michael? I want to go back real quick and look at episode volume 1 and see what we started with. When it comes to this pattern, cause this flame so that it's not all chaotic. So here's where we laid out all the patterns. So let me make the pole. There's the slab of steel underneath that middle one on the left. The one above it is the one everybody decided on. But yeah, we started out with this slab of steel, these two pieces of scales. When I do this one, kind of follow the blade grind. Started grinding it off. You have to drive somewhere.
Patina the blade.
And then do a stone wash. Started working on it and got it all the way from that to where we're at now. So that's pretty wild. I still trip out because I don't, never done that before. Not good at stuff like that. But pretty wild. See you later, TC. Thought I would have held the handles up there to it. My nice clones that I just showed this morning, that haptic and all of those. Eyeballs up a little. Yep, that's how it begins. Anyway, let's see. I want to figure out a good way to get this cut. I don't think the scissors are going to do it. I've got some. I should at least try them. No, they're serrated. Man, I wish I could get that just cut perfectly. I did better with the utility knife than I did with the leather knife. Wow, that looked pretty good. I didn't go but about halfway through. Yeah, that looks pretty good. We're getting there. If I could just get this little part right here. I want to like use my thumb and do it like this, but not quite confident enough yet. Don't know how leather acts. Haven't worked with it enough. There we go. That actually looks pretty good. Let's see how that fits. Oh yeah. That's what I was needing. That's going to meet up nicely. That's a lot better than it was. All right. Well, you learn something new every day. That's going to drop in there pretty much perfect. I've still got plenty of edge to sew on. But I'm cutting it a little closer than I probably should have on my first sheath. You know, I live dangerously. You don't know how bad I just want to apply the glue and get this together. I want it to be laying right there. So I'm going to take this off. And I'm going to make some marks like he did. I think I moved it. I know I moved it. I should be able to put some of this glue down on both sides. This barge cement. Start tacking this thing together, but first we have to put the back. Before I can glue this down, we have to sew the back clip in. I mean the back loop. So I'm probably just going to take whichever one of these is thicker. This one. I'm probably going to turn the belt loop into this. No, I'm going to make the belt loop out of this. So all I'm going to have on the back is just a belt loop attached. The way he did. We'll finish it out by looking at his one more time.
So we've got a line right here down
where he attached the.
That's the center.
Let's see.
Said glue on hand. Side. Now how far you want it. Cool thing. Do that. We're going to stitch this up. This is just a simple saddle stitch. We pass through from one side to the other. One side to the other.
Oh no, he makes it a lot wider, so I need to cut another piece of leather.
I take my
maybe I can put two side by side like
and
some
just
people
run
do.
it back over again. That kind of.
Hold on.
Rocket science.
Here we go.
It looks. Let that dry, and then I'll stick it together.
So there's the size of the piece that he used.
Okay, so you want to make sure that you cover your glue. Stick it down. Cover that glue up. Good job. Alright. Stick it good. Now, you can use a stitching awl, which is like a ball with a needle on it. You can.
Alright, so that's about where. So he had it. Yeah, I mean, I could cut. I just need to, since I got to use. I've already used all this anyway. Might as well just make me a nice piece for the. But these would definitely be wide enough together. I just wouldn't want two of them. I could make two of them and leave a little gap between them. Shape this one a little different. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to try to make it. I've got a belt that I know if that belt fits, any belt in the world will fit. Because I'm a big fella. Ugh. But I've got these nice belts. That's not one of them. Let's see. I've got one right over here. These are super cool belts. I don't know if you've seen them. But they're custom belts where you can make them for your size. And they have these cool buckles that you can adjust and make it a custom belt just for you. But when you put the belt through, it's got these things on the back of the belt, and they clip in. They lock into this little lock right here, and lock your belt to where you can make it a custom length. So you can adjust this end however you need it. And then it's got these little things that catch the belt. And then whenever you want to release it, it's got this little release button right here that you push and it loosens the belt. And I hadn't seen one of these. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have seen these, but Probably everybody besides me, but I hadn't seen one until I got it. But it leaves for a very clean look, and I've got a couple of models of these. And when you want to open it, it's just super easy. You just push there and pull. So yeah, I will make it definitely wide enough that this belt goes through it properly, easily. Something like that, with some extra. But I've already thought about using a belt as reference before sewing it up. All right, so I'm happy with this now. So I can get this glued on, show y'all an update, maybe in the morning of it together like this. And then I might, however, I don't know. However, I need to trim, I might trim off, get it all even looking at least. And man, I sure hope yeah, I'm gonna be close, but man, I got it. I didn't leave myself much extras, that's for sure. I do have a little bit of extra at the end down here I got to cut off because some reason I made that end kind of funky. But we are going to have enough material to get it sewn together. All right. And then it'll slide in and out pretty good. Feels pretty good. Locks in there good. I don't think I saw it, Christopher. Where did you post it? In Knife Pics? See if I can find it here. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it looks exactly like the one I got. What's going on with the Lego? Oh, there's a video of it. I was like, why do we have electronic plugged in the wall Legos? Yeah, it looks like it has good action too. So you reverse flick with your pointer finger? Man, I couldn't get my pointer finger strong enough to do some knives. My pointer finger is definitely not strong enough to flick some of these knives I've got. In fact, I don't know if I could flick the dock with my pointer finger. Yeah, I don't know that I would be able. Yeah, I don't think I could flick this one with my pointer finger. There's no way possible. Hold on. Oh, I guess I can. That just feels weird. I'm so used to just laying my middle finger on knives. Yeah, I can't do pointer finger. But especially on this knife, because when you lay it down and it sits in your palm, your pointer finger is way down here. Oh, that just feels weird. Yeah, I think it's the exact same one as this one. Pretty sure. Got the Marfion. Great knife though. I love these. Super comfortable, and that choke up spot. That's the ticket on these knives. I mean, you feel so locked into this knife. Like, I don't think anybody could get this out of my hand if I didn't want them to. And I don't think I would cut myself in the process. Let's see what it does to a little piece of leather. Okay. All right, then. I see you, Mr. Doc. Wow. That's like chocolate. It's like cutting chocolate with this thing. But yeah, this thing, I have no idea, sir. It has been so long since I've taken this one apart that I have no idea. And it's not like one that I can just easily take apart. Let's see how hard it'll be to find this. What are we looking for? Oh yeah, the triangle. This is the reverse. That's the triangle when it's a triangle that sticks out. There it is. All right, well, I found the tool, so let's see what we can do here. Man, it is hot in here. I don't know why I'm so hot. Turn this fan to where it's actually blowing on me. All right. Let's see, what do we got here? Come on. I put it in backwards. Oh, wow. That one was just hand tight. I could have taken that one apart without the tool. Screws too. Okay, that one's a little tight. All this clutter on my desk is driving me nuts, but what do you do? Guess I should close this razor blade too. No, you can't close that big leather knife. Single row. It has single rows. Sorry it took me so long to tell you the answer to that question, but as you can see, definitely single rows. All right, right back together. Sorry. Guess I should talk while I'm doing this, huh? And not just dead air. Anyway, what are y'all getting into today? Anything exciting going on this week? Any kind of knife shows or gun shows or EDC shows? or boat shows or airplane shows or home and gardening shows. Any kind of shows, in other words. All right, pivot is super tight. I don't mind these weird shaped screws sometimes. Being able, you can hand tighten them and get them, you know, doesn't really take any longer than anything else once you get the right tool in it. All you gotta do is hand tighten it with the little tool and then crank it down one good time, and no harm, no foul. What's going on with that one? But yeah, proprietary screws, you know, they are what they are. I kind of like them because whoa, that's way too tight on the pivot. But the centering's good. And the pivot's actually probably where it needs to be to work in. It's got such a heavy blade, it'll guillotine you if you're not careful. So yeah, single row, Mr. Christopher. All right, let me put this tool back before I lose it next time I need it. Tool back in the baggie. All the tools back in their spot. Zippered up, closed up, and out the way. Now I need to find a piece of leather to make a sheath for this. Couldn't make one out of this. Not big enough. Got to make my belt loop out of that anyway. Well, I found out that so far, precision-wise, I like a regular utility knife. I'm gonna get that glued together. Get some clamps on it. Let it set up. Oh no, I gotta put this on first. I need to go look at his way he shaped it. So whatever the curve is he does up here at the top, which is just kind of a swoosh, bringing it down a little. He kind of matches that curve with the top of it. All right. Well, fellas, I think we're going to start winding this one down. Anyway, I hope y'all have a great Thursday. I hope I get to feeling a little better. Still not at 100%. That's all right. We will push through and make it till tomorrow. That's all that matters, huh? I hope y'all might have picked up on a little bit of stuff today working leather, as I did. I'm pretty confident that I did decently enough on the knife, that I'll do decently enough on the sheath, that it'll match the quality of the knife at least. And it should, because I'm just a novice, just starting out, trying to figure out what I'm doing. So as long as they look about the same quality, we'll know I'm where I'm supposed to be, I guess. Yeah, you don't like some of those blades, Pete? What about the folding knives that have two blades coming out of the same knife. Yeah, here I got a couple more. Look even, oh, some of these, you don't know how bad some of them look, Pete. Some of them are terrible. Here, I'll send you some that I didn't, that were so bad I didn't even want to look at on the screen. Yeah, check these out, Pete. Yeah, I told him to rust them up on that picture. So check this out. Discord. Stuff for channel. Oh yeah, Michael. There's his beautiful knife. Knives for the he posted, and then pocket check. There's Aaron's beauty. But down here, check these out, Pete. So I told it to use EDC stuff on this one and knives. And this one combined some flashlights, some gun handles. I don't know what it did connecting. I don't know what's going on. This one right here with the double backwards handle poker deal. And then we got we got way too, I don't think that's going to fold up and fit inside there. And what is that? Is that a pipe? Then we got some kind of tower of scribers. I don't know what's going on with that. Then we got a flashlight handled knife. Now, why haven't I seen a flashlight handled knife yet? Yeah, this is a child computer. We're getting to see how it's perceiving things. And then, hold on, let me show you a couple more here. So this one is one of the ones I said make it look rusted. And it actually did pretty good with this one, because that looks like two horseshoes. And actually, it almost looks like this could have been made with real knives. I think that might be my favorite. I don't know why I didn't use that this morning. But that one looks like somebody with a bunch of leftover metal parts could have thrown that together. Because we got horseshoes that are, it's a mutant horse that has two legs connected. But nonetheless, and then we got this one that I showed earlier. And then we got this one that's kind of a polished look. And some of these knives like this, like the E over here, that knife is kind of funny looking. But you could cut all kinds of stuff with that knife. Showed that one yesterday. And there was another one. Oh yeah, hold on. Yeah, that was all of them. But that one is the most realistic could be made. Yeah, what's up with the this five-legged mutant horse we got running around here? These were done with Grok. Grok's gotten better. Grok's getting pretty good, actually. You don't have to give it much of a prompt, and but I use Perplexity, Grok, ChatGPT, Claude. I use quite a few of them. I'm about to get into Sora and VO, but just haven't yet. Yeah, Swiss Army swords. Yeah, that would be cool. Hold on just a second. Yeah, that would be pretty wild. It's getting to be to where yeah, I don't know why. What is going on here? Sorry, I'm a little lost. I'm trying to do something on my phone while we're talking. And I was going to see if it could whip up a picture real quick. Oh, now they want me to pay. Well, anyway, guys, I'm going to wind this one down. Hope y'all have a great Thursday. We will talk more tomorrow. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all.